What up, guys? Annie Tier Guild Forever going to be reviewing JoJo's Bizarre Adventures episodes 24, 25, and 26. But before we get into the review, don't forget to like this video, sub if you haven't subbed already, comment, and watch this video all the way through from beginning to end. That way we can finally get monetized on YouTube. Alright, so it'd be really helping me a lot if you can do those 4 things. And if you don't want to see the video all the way through, at least see as much as you can. You know what I mean? So anything is better than nothing. Finally, if you can't do all those 4 things, if I can ask at least one thing for you to do before you exit out of the video, before you leave the video, if you can just do one thing for me, like the video. If you can at least like the video before you exit out, I'm cool with that. I am perfectly okay with that. So yeah. Anyway, guys, let's get into the review for JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, episodes 24, 25, and 26. We have concluded part 2 JoJo, and my goodness, part 2 was so good, man. Part 2 was so good. Joseph was an amazing JoJo character. Oh, do I like... Oh, man, it's hard to say. I still say my favorite character in JoJo Part 2 is Caesar. But if I had to compare which one I like more between Jonathan and Joseph, that's a tough one, man. That is a tough one. Because Joseph is extremely talented. And he's always clutch, man. Actually, no, the real clutch one is Von Stroheim. Stroheim. I think that's how you say it. But Jonathan or Joseph is hard to say, man. Because I still like Jonathan as a character a lot. And I mean a lot. But Joseph is cool too, though. I'm gonna have to say Jonathan still. I still like Jonathan as a character a lot, especially when it came to his upbringing as well as the confrontation between Dio and himself. By the way, end credits of the 26th episode, we see the coffin and where Dio was in. Is the next threat about to be Dio? Because we've seen that guy absolutely nowhere at all throughout Part 2 JoJo. And I'm almost 100% certain Dio isn't dead. I'm pretty sure Dio isn't dead. But we'll see. And then toward the end, we saw what I think looks like the new JoJo for Part 3. And why the freak was he behind bars? The man was behind bars. What the hell? Is our new JoJo a villain or something? I mean, it would be a different take and interesting. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, so anyway, the struggled fight between Joseph and the ultimate being known as Cars was one of the most struggled fights I've seen. Damn, it caused Joseph to lose an arm, but it looks like he has a prosthetic arm now. Thanks to Von Stroheim. Yo, Von Stroheim is possibly the most clutch character I have ever seen. Like, when you think all else has failed and you're going to get screwed over, or whenever you need someone to help you out at the last minute, Von Stroheim is very clutch, man. If it weren't for him, there'd be several cases on our main characters dying sooner than later. Von Stroheim is an amazing character. I actually love his character a lot. In my opinion, I consider him part 2 version of Speedwagon. Oh yeah, R.I.P. Speedwagon, man. He lived a good life, but he passed away. R.I.P. Speedwagon and R.I.P. Arena. That's sad, man. Someone else passed away too. It was Irina Stroheim. Did Jojo's mother passed away? Joseph's mother passed away too? Elizabeth? I don't remember. Anyway, we still don't know what happened to Joseph though. I noticed they never mentioned anything about Joseph dying or whatnot. So here's hope that Joseph is still alive. Probably an old man by now. But other than that though, I was very much happy with everything how it turned out. I was happy that Joseph did not die like his grandfather. Granted, I'm not saying I hated Jonathan or anything for dying. It hurts my soul that he died. I actually really liked him as a character. I still do. I don't care what anyone says. Someone out there is probably gonna think like, "Oh, you put Jonathan over." Dude, Joseph is a good character. He is an amazingly written character. And honestly, if I could have it my way, I would have Joseph and Jonathan at a tie, personally. But if I absolutely had to pick one over the other, it would have to be Jonathan. I still like his character. I love his upbringing. I love his struggle and fights, especially between him and Dio. But other than that, everything else like has been amazing. But if I were to say my favorite character for part 2, I would have to say it's still Caesar. Caesar is a bro till the end. Joseph is still not that far behind him. There's a lot of good characters. Even Cars was an amazingly written character. I hated that piece of garbage. But in the end, he turned out to be a villain, a very well written villain, corrupted, manipulative, cunning, deceitful, freaking lowest of the low. I'm just saying, I've said it many times before and I'll say it many times as I have to. If an author creates a villain that you absolutely hate, they are doing a good job. They are doing a good job if you hate a villain so bad. If you hate a villain so bad, then the author he did his job. He made a perfect villain. And honestly, well, I think Cars was the best villain for that part. But it looks like, again, not 100% certain, but it looks like Dio is going to be making a return based on what I saw with the coffin. But my concern, honestly, is the new Joestar. Why is he behind bars? Are we going to get our first evil Joestar? Again, not 100% factual. It's just my opinion. I'm just theorizing at this point. Because as we learn to come between Jonathan and Joseph, not all the Joestars are the same. Each of them come with their own traits and personalities and completely different from one another. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. Just because a character is completely different from another doesn't mean they're looked down upon or they're any less of what they are. Know what I mean? So, yeah, just putting that out there. But still, man, that fight though, holy crap, dude. That fight though. Like, what I do like about the fight between Joseph and Cars, it wasn't a very one-sided fight like most series and animes. Like, you know how usually you see it? I'll give you an example. Dragon Ball. Whenever they fight an opponent that is a lot stronger than them, the main character either spirit bombs the enemy, Kamehamehas the enemy, or gets an even stronger transformation to outright brutalize them. In this case, it literally was a battle of wits, intelligence, and just downright understanding your circumstances and utilizing it to your advantage. That's what it was. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, guys, and be 100% honest with me. If Joseph and Cars fought in a one-on-one fight, fair fight, you know what I mean? Just your abilities versus your opponent's abilities, I'm almost 100% certain Joseph would have lost. At least before the I mean, no, at least after the ultimate being. Now, if it was before Cars became an ultimate being, then no. I feel like Joseph would have still had a chance of winning. So, I definitely enjoyed that it was a battle. It was a long, struggled battle, and really showed off that just because you're a lot stronger than me doesn't mean you're gonna win. I'm gonna find a way, and it's gonna work. But low key, wait, I don't know. Was it? No. Then again, it was. Would you say it's planned, guys? Cause you know the whole eruption thing at the end that caused Cars to go into orbit. Joseph even said that wasn't planned. It was just luck. But it was him retrieving the diamond or the jewel or the stone to redirect Car's Haman energy to the lava, causing the volcano to erupt. Would you say that was kind of Joseph, or would you say it was lucky? Like, I don't know. It's a very I don't want to say controversial. It's a very interesting conversation because it's like, yes, you can say it's lucky, but that's not necessarily a bad thing when it comes through great battles, great wars, matches, or whatever. Luck has a factor in the outcome of a battle. Luck does play an outcome to some degree, whether it be the smallest degree or the highest degree. So, in a way, yeah, luck definitely tipped into Joseph's favor, but I feel like it ultimately was his win in the end, despite how it struggled out. But Jesus Christ, man. It was great to see, though. It was great to see. In the end, Cars became stone and is now floating and being lost in space for, I'm guessing, all eternity. He ain't gonna come back. He turned to stone, originally how he used to be. Now let him be like that for the rest of it, for every living part of his life. But I swear to God, if you tell me that bastard comes back again, good Lord. Possibly, he was the most peaked Haman user, given his curtain point in time when he was fighting Joseph. Now, you can argue for debating's sake that I'm wrong, but you guys let me know. Do you think that Cars was by far a being that showed true how what's the proper words I'm trying to use? He was the peak of any Haman user? What is your opinion on that? You know what I mean? Like, I like to get your thoughts on it. But damn, man. Part 2, man. Part 2. Ah, man, that was so good. I'm not gonna lie to you, though. If I had to say which is better between part 1... Now, I already said I prefer Jonathan over Joseph, even though it's not much of a difference. If I could have it my way, they would be tied. But if we're talking about parts alone, I would have to say part 2 is definitely better than part 1 Jojo from a narrative perspective. But that isn't really by a huge gap. Because part 1 Jojo, in my opinion, is still a beautifully written story. Part 2 did not disappoint me. It went honestly, part 2 went above and beyond my expectations. And I'm very happy to see that. Not every new arc can really hold up to the previous arc, especially how well it was done. But this series not only did just as good as the previous arc, it did even better. It went above and beyond, and I respect that. I respect that in writing. And honestly, it just makes you look even more forward to the following part of Jojo, which is part 3. I'm very much... I cannot wait to get into part 3 Jojo. I'm sure it's going to be just as good. I might change a little bit. By the way, the layout, what do you think of the layout? I might change it a little bit, depending on what I see in part 3. But yeah, that's pretty much it for part 2 Jojo. It was sad to see Speedwagon and Arena go. Whoever else died as well. I don't think Joseph is dead because, again, they never really said it. So I'm pretty sure he's not dead. but I definitely look forward to seeing what to expect in part 3. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Don't forget to like it up, because again, let's hit that like goal. Let's hit that like goal of 20 likes or more so we can get into part 3 of Jojo. Alright, so help me out, guys. Let's get 20 likes so we can continue this masterpiece. God damn it, hurry up and hit that like button. You see what's going on? You see what you guys did to me? Look at this. Look at this. Wow. I need my Jojo or I'm gonna go nuts. This is my new drug now. You see, this is why they say in the commercials, kids, don't do drugs. This is my drug now. Thank you. Thank you for that. But hey, I ain't complaining. I'm actually very grateful people showed me this series. It makes, and I'm more than happy, even though back then as I stated before, I did said some things about Jojo that were uncalled for, especially when it really just boils down to you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and how can you dislike something you've never seen before? You know what I mean? It's like, it's facts. It's facts. So I'm glad I decided to give it a chance and continuing it on further. Thank you guys for convincing me to continue on, and honestly, I feel like you know how like Fairy Tail is like it has a special place in my heart. Jojo is becoming that second series that has a special place in my heart too. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's getting there for me. It's really getting there, because everything from beginning to end has been fantastic, and I honestly don't regret it. But yeah, again, let's hit that like goal. Let's hit that like goal so we can finally get into part 3 Jojo. Okay? But anyway, hashtag comment hashtag. Can I enunciate your words, Annie Tier? Enunciate your words. I want you to comment in the comment section hashtag. What do we want to hashtag? Hashtag Von Stroheim. I don't know how to spell it, but Von Stroheim comes in clutch. Hashtag Von Stroheim comes in clutch. That is for the comment section. I'm not gonna lie to you. He is always there coming in clutch when you need it the most. He's like a very active Speedwagon, in my opinion. Oh, damn. He was the one that died, didn't he? He passed away, right? He was the one that died. Damn, man. Oh, I was really hoping Von Stroheim would continue on into part 3, but it's okay. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Hopefully you enjoy this, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace. I'm out.